So it's been about 6 months and it worked. I have sponsors and this is my first video. Now, while I want to say everything went according to plan, it didn't. It took a lot longer than I expected, but just bear with me and keep watching to find out how I did it and which company sent me literally thousands of dollars in product. And after I recorded that little intro, I got to work figuring out who I wanted to reach out to and how. And for this project, I had two main criteria. One, I have to know about your company already. This means no searching for companies that I'm not educated in or just asking to ask. I want to go with companies that I already trust.
And number two, I have to like what you make. I do not want and definitely do not need more junk. If I do get something, I want it to be useful and something that I'm excited about. Why would I ask for a GoPro, let's say, if I'm not a huge fan? I don't use them, and while they're not bad, it's just not helpful for me. It's not a tool I'd utilize. And frankly, if I did get a smaller camera, it would probably be a different one.
And I'd feel like a bit of a jerk trying to receive free products that I asked for unsolicited just to say something bad about them. So, first step in this process was putting together a list of companies I like and finding out how to reach out to folks. Secondly, I needed to make a custom video for each company. That means 70 different companies and 70 different videos. And this is how it went. I put in literally hundreds of hours in research, recording, and editing, but as sort of a disclaimer, I want to be real with you guys. I think what I did only works for a few very specific reasons, and I don't want to set your expectations too high. I want to be realistic. I have over a decade of verifiable professional video production experience. So I don't think somebody just starting out or winging these videos would have the same responses or the same quality. I also currently work in brand partnerships. So the companies I reached out to, they knew that strategically speaking, I know what I'm doing. Even if it's not with YouTube, with partnerships, I have a lot of experience. But whether you have work experience or not, potential clients, or in this case, potential sponsors, need to view you as a subject matter expert. But while my experience in marketing partnerships gave me an advantage while trying to partner, the effort I put in was what was most appreciated. These videos were something unique, and companies that viewed them could tell a lot of time went into them. So most companies that watched the videos reached out at least to say thank you for putting in the effort into the video. I know this because I tracked the videos on YouTube and I saw which ones had views and which people reached out. And almost every video that had a view, somebody reached back out. So I cold emailed all these companies. I did as much digging as I could online, found the folks in positions that might be able to help make decisions, produced professional videos for each of these companies highlighting what I want to do and why I'm the guy to do it. And then I just had to sit back and wait for responses. So pretty quickly, I started to get some replies. Some were off to a great start, while some rejections came pretty quickly. I expected rejections, but I don't think I expected as many people to not open the email or watch the video. I get it. When I'm at work, I don't really open emails from strangers, but I guess I'm always overly optimistic. Within a week of sending the first rounds of videos, I had already received a package in the mail. They didn't even ask for anything in return, and I never needed to pitch them the idea or give them any additional information. I just told them I'm starting a channel and looking for products, and they immediately jumped on board and shipped out items totaling about $700 or $800. I'll get into specifics on who later in the video, but after that first company sent me some things, another let me loan some equipment, more to test the equipment than for a video, but I still made a video. The first few responses helped me learn and kept me going. Real companies that I'm a fan of actually gave me stuff, and stuff that I actually wanted. And now that these things were starting to come in and conversations were moving in a good direction, I realized like this is working. But now that things were going well, I realized the scariest part of all this. Not only do I have to make a YouTube video, I have to make a whole channel. Within a few months, I've got thousands of dollars in products, and I'll be receiving more. So I kind of owe it to everyone to make this channel the best I can. And also, now that this is real, I've half proven my concept, and if it continues to work, I can keep doing this. Within a few months, I'll be as big as Mr. Beast. All right, that's not the goal, but I like doing things the right way. And if I can convince other people that I can be a YouTuber, it's time to convince myself. I started with so much confidence and got to researching. I looked up musicians and filmmakers, 3D printing channels, DIY folks on YouTube and TikTok, and the more I watched, the worse I felt. I love channels like Scott Eugen, Audio Haze, DIY Perks, and MKBHD. And all of these YouTubers are engaging in different ways, but in each respect, they're so good at what they do. Reality started to set in. I thought that since I can shoot things and make them look pretty, that it would all work itself out. The first rude awakening that I got is honestly embarrassing to say out loud, but it never occurred to me that YouTube videos were scripted at all. I thought people would just sit in front of their camera and wing it and be naturally great at talking for 20 or 30 minutes with stats and facts and well-structured storytelling. And the most embarrassing part of all of this is that I'm a writer. Let's get honest for a minute. I didn't respect YouTube for what it is, and I took it for granted. I was cocky and unaware of how serious this platform is, and not in the boring kind of serious, but these aren't the days of posting a clip or a meme and becoming an overnight viral success. That shifted to the other platforms like TikTok, but YouTube has basically advanced to being a broadcast medium. There are full shows, movies, comedy specials made for YouTube. And as somebody who consumes so much of it, you'd think I'd appreciate it more. But it wasn't until I really looked into it and started researching that I appreciated it. That's why throughout this video, I'm trying my best to keep things moving, using shots that I think look good and tell a story. And now that I feel that I understand the medium a little bit more and appreciate what it has to offer, I actually have to script this thing. And when I'm scripting, I'm not just writing, but thinking of the most engaging way to tell the story, which involves thinking of visuals and shots and, you know, the words as well. But Marques Brownlee said something that really stuck with me when talking about why he has a $250,000 robot arm. He said,
anyone can watch any of these videos and get the same information. We're constantly in the business of here is giving you a reason to watch this one over others.
This attitude, I realized, isn't about excess, but it's about making videos as engaging as possible. So I'm doing my best to use every bit of skill in different areas to make this video the best I can. There are a lot of resources for this, so I'm listening to everything that anyone has to say and absorbing as much info as I can. So all this effort and literally hundreds of hours of work culminate in this. Now, this is not a product review, and the video that I'm making isn't aimed at selling you products. I just want to give you a little bit of the background and the reason why I asked for each of these things and kind of give you the basics about them. If you're creative and like video or audio, DIY or making, maybe you could use some of this stuff, but really I'm gonna go into all the details about each one of these products in later videos. That's kind of the basis for this channel. Atomos was the very first company to send me a product, and they were really responsive. Within maybe 2 or 3 days of emailing, they had already mailed out exactly what I asked for. Now, what did I ask for? This. For those of you who don't know what this is, the Ninja V is a 5-inch monitor that has great quality and a ton of tools for filmmakers. I could make a really long video about this specifically and go over it in detail, but videos about this monitor exist. It's not a new product. It's been around forever and it costs about $400 to $500. This is the Connect module. It's basically a way to connect your monitor to the internet. But just imagine shooting a video all day and by the time you get home, it's already uploaded on your computer, ready to edit. Next up is Blazar lenses. Blazar is an anamorphic lens company. Again, I'm not gonna get technical here, but in short, Blazar makes sub $1,000 lenses. These lenses are not regular cheapo lenses. I know there are cheap ones out there, but not like this. First off, they're cinema lenses, and that typically means that the lens is made out of metal, not that cheap plastic. It has gears for putting a focusing system or a zooming system. These aren't regular cinema lenses though, because the second part of this is that they're anamorphic. For non-filmmakers, that just means they produce a very specific look. They squeeze an image when you record it, and when you de-squeeze it, it has a widescreen look with very specific characteristics. Think about any J.J. Abrams movie. Blazar didn't let me keep these lenses, but they did loan them to me for a week. And that kind of rental typically would be about $300 to $400, which is very generous, and I had a blast using them. So one company that was going to send me something, but I just haven't received it yet, is Shure. They're gonna send me a microphone and some headphones, hopefully. And if they send it and I get it before I publish this video, then I'll just put a little separate piece aside for that. Now, I am so excited for this next product, a Prusa MK4S. I loved their products for years before asking, but they were game for the project and even made me feel more excited about it. For the video I sent them, I don't know where they sent it, but it got over 70 views on an unlisted private video. They're incredible. I can genuinely go on, but I can't wait to save all the cool stuff for a future video where I show you guys everything I'm building for my studio. Okay, I also have a ton of these green boxes. These are from Metabo HPT. Metabo HPT is a brand of power tools, and I reached out to them because I've seen their stuff at Lowe's, and they tend to be the most competitively priced tools. So why power tools? This channel is way more about the arts than DIY home improvement. If I need something for a set or for the studio or a prop, I'm gonna need tools. So I'll run through them real quickly. I got a 12-inch miter saw. This is the only corded tool they sent. The rest are cordless. And that's a 18-volt drill, an impact driver, an orbital sander, an 18-gauge brad nailer. I got a 36-volt plunge router, and I'm very excited for this. I got a 36-volt jigsaw, a circular saw, a cordless shop vac, and an oscillating multi-tool. The next company is Red. So my history with Red goes way back. I have their very first camera, the Red 1, and they use that to shoot The Social Network and a bunch of other movies. It's a 4K camera, and on paper, it's just as good, if not better than a lot of cameras coming out today. Red was super gracious. They let me tour their facilities, they walked me through their cameras, and they're gonna let me loan a few cameras later on to test out and not only show you guys, but for my own personal work, I get to see kind of what the cutting edge of Red digital cinema is right now, and I'm so excited for that. Make sure you subscribe to see what I actually do with all this stuff. This channel is about making do with what you have, and when you don't have it, we can talk about how to get it. I've seen so many creative videos where people are explaining how to shoot something or how to make something, and I hear, well, if I had that equipment, I could get results like that too. Or the inevitable, must be nice to have a ton of money to buy all this gear. Well, I'm not rich, and anything nice that I have, I've either made it nice or I've gotten it for free. And this carries to literally everything. There's always a way to get something done for nothing. It just depends on how resourceful you are and how bad you want it. There's a lot of luck that has to do with this, but the more you test your luck, the more you'll see what can happen. This experiment and this channel is proof of that. I'm getting thousands of dollars of free stuff to prove that it can be done. It's easy to make excuses, but it's hard to push through and find a way. Hopefully, I can help you think of, unique new ways of being scrappy, because this is the Scrappy Creative YouTube channel. But if you want to dive into the specifics on how I got some of the things that aren't a part of this video, let me know in the comments and I'll make a shorter video explaining. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.